Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to part 59 of Grand Theft Auto 5 and the big one! We are going to be using this mission to plan for the big one. And whatever method you use to rob the Union Depository is however much money you're going to get. I'll explain more on that in just a little bit, but just in case YouTube had took down my video again because of Vox Apocalypse. For those of you who probably haven't caught on, Trevor had took it over the Vanilla Unicorn, which is a strip joint in the last part. And since Michael in part 57 informed... Oh God! Holy shit! I did not expect that to happen. Okay, that caught me off guard. Now back to what I was saying. Michael had informed Trevor of the big one in order to get him to give him the prize for stealing from Merryweather to give to Martin Madrazo so that he could come back to Los Santos. So basically, this is the only time we plan for the big one. Anything after that will be pretty much wrapping up loose ends and wrapping up some strangers and freaks. But that's basically all we're going to be doing. All we're going to be doing today is scoping out the Union Depository. No big deal. Now, I visit to the strip joint as a friend date, but Trevor has to be the one to initiate that. I've said that in the last part. But there's something else that you need to do as a part of 100%. Bang a hooker. I shit you not. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go into the Vanilla Unicorn to meet up with Trevor so that way we can get started planning the big one. And by the way, no other strangers and freaks will show up until we actually get through with this mission, let alone any other missions. So whatever you did up in Sandy Shores, or whatever strangers and freaks you had before leaving Sandy Shores, you might want to get them done now. Well, actually no, before you started leaving Sandy Shores. That's what I meant to say. Whatever the case, let's talk to Trevor and start planning for the big one. And goddamn, is it the big one? Let me assure you, probably the best heist in the game.
Hey, before you ask, the fridge is broken.
That's all right. I've had enough of your hospitality already.
I have changed my ways, all right?
Huh?
Yeah, I'm done with that crazy shit, all right? I want to square things away with Merryweather, make sure the agency ain't coming back after us, and then do one last big score. And then you get to go back with your family. Me, I'm just gonna live here. I'm gonna run this good business showing people a good time. Bust Brad out of prison, and then, you know, happy.
So how'd you come by this place anyway?
I've had it for ages.
So you must know Leon, the old manager.
Leon, I didn't know.
Yeah, whatever, man. So what's going on here?
What's going on is the big one. A long, long time ago in a faraway place, there were three guys. Michael, Trevor, and Lester.
And Brad.
Yeah. Sure, Brad was there sometimes as well. I mean, there were other guys, though, too. So, anyway, we, robbed and lied and we hurt people. Pretty much lived a low-life kind of existence. But always dreaming of one thing and one thing only.
The big one.
The big one.
The big one!
What is the big one?
The Union Depository.
Around 200 million in gold bricks, all taken from kindly Uncle Sam, who will spend the rest of our lives being hunted by government officials if we live through the attempt. But it'll be our masterpiece. So, gentlemen, let's do our civic duty and get out there and find some gainful employment. This way.
Let's go.
Big one.
So now we have a time limit to scope out where the entrances are, but not to mention scope out the Union itself. We have until the clock strikes 1500, which is technically 3 o'clock, in order for us to learn the route of the Union Depository trucks, not to mention scope out any entrances and any exits. So, you gotta drive carefully, but drive conspicuously. And I almost missed the goddamn ramp. That is a pain in the behind. I always, for some reason, miss that ramp. And it probably will screw me over in the long run.
That doesn't look like much.
But
Security looks light.
if you scope out the front of the Union Depository, you'll
What are you
find
talking about?
that guards are inside of the building, not on the outside. They're gonna have to send somebody to be a diversion.
Right. Now we gotta stop outside
Wow.
the Arcadia Center down on Alta Street.
There'll
We
be
can get a view of the
somebody
back
that'll
from
have to
there.
hit it somewhere else. So we're just gonna have to follow the route and head over to the other side of the Union Depository so that we can actually scope out the security detail there too. And unlike the Polito score, we're actually taking all of the change. All of it, ladies and
We're ready to
gentlemen.
go over with you
Not
again
just
sometime.
some, not just a
Not
few, all of it.
Look, dawg, light again, man.
Yeah, fucking eerie, ain't it?
Man, you think they put more than one motherfucker on our national fucking reserves?
Yeah, huh? Well, maybe we really are broke.
Well, now that we scoped out
Trevor,
both sides of the Union
you doing?
Depository, now we're gonna have to take to the air and follow the convoy. That is, if Trevor stops his Kano impersonation. Whatever the case, we're going to go to the airfield to fly into the helicopter to follow
You mentioned a job before.
convoy that leads to the Union Depository. Now, the thing is about the Union Depository,
Is it?
Ain't it obvious?
you have to... Oh, where am I going? Where am I going? Oh, wait, no, I'm going the right way. Never mind.
Talk to Michael about it.
The thing about the Union Depository is when you're trying to scope this place out, you're probably going to have to follow the trucks. I think you have to barnstorm in one of the areas, but that will cost time because of how unstable the helicopter controls are, even though Trevor has max flying. But the thing about the Union Depository itself, it is probably, despite being one of the best heists, it is one of the hardest heists in the game. I would recommend you to, when it comes down time for us to do the heist, which is near the end of the game, to make sure
13:30.
that
We're an hour
Trevor,
down, 2 to go.
Franklin, and Michael all have body armor. Okay, specifically Michael and Franklin. And it would be in your best interest to actually learn how to fly. If Trevor hasn't already have max flying, it would be in your best interest to learn how to fly by the end of the game. So on that note, we're going to have to wait for Lester to get into the helicopter because he's going to take his sweet time due to the fact that he's on a cane. Alright.
So far, yeah. The security's internal rather than
We're going to have to follow the convoy, which is that yellow spot. And we'll have to keep up with him.
There's a special team of cops on standby 24/7
Unfortunately, we
waiting on
probably won't be able to... Oh, right, I forgot. A military base right where Trevor is. So, yeah. Or should I say, that's a prison. That's even worse. There is a prison right next door to Trevor. So, in all honesty, you don't want to be caught by that prison. Because they will try to shoot you down. I'm pretty sure not that many people would know about that, but yeah, there is a prison there. So, in other words, be careful where you fly. And I think there's also a military base here, so we gotta be careful. I'm positive there's actually a military base somewhere around the hills. So you don't want to be tracked down, you don't want to be shot down and have to restart all this all over again. But you also want to be fast enough to catch the convoy before they get away, because after all, you are on a time limit. And you gotta fly over there before it becomes 3 o'clock. And we're almost there anyway. We're clinching this, my friends. We are literally clinching it. And there's the convoy.
Come in, Michael. We have a visual on the convoy. Keep with
Right
me.
on the nick of time. So let's go there and fly straight
We're mapping
behind the
ground and finding an
convoy.
ambush point. Stay with them.
You can use the camera, and I think if you're on camera mode, Trevor will fly over the area while Lester is keeping control of camera. Like I said, there is a point where you're supposed to fly under the bridge, but you don't want to get too close to these guys. That is the problem. By flying under the bridge, we may get too close to them. Oh shit! I did not mean to do that! Oh, that is just dumb. Alright, let's go back to following this convoy. And for the record, folks, the convoy is not marked on your map.
Where? Under one of the
So
bridges.
if you lose them,
Route will have plenty of
you will
cover.
fail.
It's too open. There's a number of get-outs, and we'd be compromised.
Yeah, they said you were supposed to fly under the bridge. I don't... Oh! Under the bridge over there. But still, it's a pretty big risk, and you may risk losing them. So, stay on the 2 cars and try not to get seen. Pull back. Pull back. And... well, here's the thing. Past me also was about to do something stupid, but at the same time, I'm going to show you that, you can't really follow these guys into the tunnel like talking about it. It's kind of hard to do. So, on that note, I think we need to at least see where these guys are going. Oh, right. There's an overpass right here that they go, and you're supposed to fly over it.
Don't worry, it's a straight road. They'll come out the other
Passney thought that you need to go under here to follow the helicopter. I mean, to follow the
I was hoping they'd come through here.
to follow the convoy, but unfortunately, driving a helicopter into an underground passage is a stupid idea. And yeah, that was a dumb past me, but we actually caught up with him and redid the mission right here at this point. Well, actually, it starts off when you get up to the convoy if you happen to fail. So, with that said, all you have to do is just follow the convoy out to the other side of the area. So they should be right there. And following these guys is basically going to get us to find out. Oh, excuse me. What exactly these guys are when exactly these guys are going to be making their deposits, and how to intercept them, or let alone get the money in between transitions. Because there's a transitional period where they deliver and they stock up all the money. And in that transitional period is where there's going to have the least guards.
Union 86 in sight. Stand by. Hey, I was expecting you 30 seconds ago. Tell that to the traffic. All right. Union 86 in the building.
Now that we know that these guys have money that goes into the safe underground, now all we need to do is find an alternate route underground. I mean, we can't just follow the same route and try to uproot this thing. So, all we practically need to do is find some sort of construction. I wish I could remember where it was, but unfortunately you have to point it out. No, more along the lines of you have to wait till Franklin points it out. Sorry about that. And once Franklin points it out, then you hover over where the construction site is over at the Union Depot. I just wrecked the plane, didn't I? God damn it. But as I was saying, you hover over the construction site until you see any sort of entrance to where Franklin and company could go in or out. And then once after that's, and after all that's done and over with, then you can go over to the base and plan things. But for right now, we're waiting for Franklin. And that's the only thing we're waiting for.
Hey, if you're looking for a tunnel, if I
remember,
the construction's happening on the north side of the bank.
There we go. We just have to wait for the prompt. And we are far away from the building. Wow. Well, so much for 100% of this mission. I mean, I already lost it when I crashed into the goddamn overpass. Whatever the case, we need to keep this bird steady so that Lester can film it. Now, hold on. Hold still. Turn it around. Nope, 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 nope. Too low. Too low. Perfect. There we go. Lester needs to get.
Just a minute. Hold here.
And
A little longer.
come on.
Lots of clear space.
All right. He's got the shots. Now all that's left is to either go back to the airfield, or you could just switch over to Michael, and Michael will take Franklin home. Either way, this mission is going to end regardless. So on that note, we're going to be flying. Well, actually, we're going to go over here and take Franklin home back to his house. The one thing is perfectly clear. This planning right here that we're doing is going to be the start of where, this planning that we're basically doing is going to be the start of how the... Wait, I thought we were going to do planning... Oh, wait, no. We're actually scoping out the place. We're not actually doing the planning just yet. The planning will be later. But the planning is going to be the start of the end of the game. So basically, we're scoping out the place for right now. But Michael will take Franklin home. And before we actually do anything else with the Union Depository, I'm going to fly. Actually, no. We actually will have an underlying story. I have to remember something. While I'm flying Lester and Trevor back to the airfield, I would say that the overlaying plan, or the overlaying plot basically, is going to be answered. Oh, god damn it. Sorry about that. That was just a scam caller. I forgot I didn't turn off my ringer, sorry. And I crashed the helicopter. God damn it. Go back over to the specifics. Okay. Screw it. I'm just gonna switch over to Michael. Just screw it. But as I was about to say, their overlaying plot is all the wrapped up things like what's going on with Devin Weston, what's going on with the FIB, of course the triple threat match between the FIB, the IAA, and Michael. That'll eventually happen later. But there's a lot of overarching plots that's going to be wrapping up this game, and we can't really focus on the Union Depository until all of that is wrapped up. But for right now, Michael is taking Franklin home, and Michael is skirting the real big question. What happened on that fateful day in Yankton? And why is Trevor so desperate to actually, well, actually, why is Trevor so angry at Michael and so desperate to try to find answers? I've already mentioned that Brad is dead, and Brad was killed in Yankton. Well, unfortunately, in the next part of Grand Theft Auto 5, not only will it confirm it, but we'll run into some trouble along the way. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, I kind of screwed that one up real bad. But on that note, I'll see you guys in part 60 when we find the answer and confirm what Trevor has been thinking and what I have recently mentioned. That Brad is dead and Michael's death was pretty much portrayed by Brad. And there's going to be trouble. Trust me, there will be trouble.